back in the studio for this Monday. I hope you guys are all doing well. My name is Tank. This is the IBC Gang channel. Here we talk about everything that's happening in the traditional markets as well as the crypto markets with a specific interest on what's happening within the Cosmos ecosystem. We try to give you guys food for thought for you to digest so that you can use it as nourishment during your trading or investing journeys. Nothing here is financial advice. Again, just food for thought, my opinions. And so please remain with that knowledge in the back of your pocket as we go forward in this stream. Before we go any further, let me double check. Yeah, I got my audio working just great. Sometimes I really stumble with that. So apologies. Before we go any further, I do want to give a humongous channel sponsor shout out to our channel sponsor, KUJIRA.NETWORK. If you guys don't know about KUJIRA.NETWORK, you guys do now. It is the blockchain for real yield, a decentralized ecosystem for protocols, builders, and Web3 users seeking sustainable fintech. Guys, I love using KUJIRA.NETWORK, especially if you're in the Cosmos ecosystem, guys. If you're in the Cosmos ecosystem, you should probably be using a platform. Again, just my humble opinion. I'm a little bit biased, but you should probably be using a platform like KUJIRA.NETWORK. I can play around with liquidations on Orca. I can get on their decentralized order book, which is Fin. I could provide value and get on Bow. I could play around with their money market on Ghost. I can manage everything on Blue. Again, they have a lot of arms and legs and appendages for you to grab onto and latch onto. If you guys don't know, this is our training dummy, which also gives us a lot of arms and limbs and things to grab onto. Actually, this is now my new best friend. This is the IBC gang. This is an anon from the Cosmos ecosystem. I've yet to name him. I've yet to name him though, but he's always lurking behind me, which is unsettling a little bit sometimes. But guys, help me name our friend here. What should we name this anon from the Cosmos ecosystem? This IBC gang member, this cosmonaut through and through. He's got some big knees, inflammation for sure. Gotta do some code therapy or something like that, buddy. Anyway, guys, check out KUJIRA.NETWORK. I promise you guys will not be disappointed. A lot of things to do here. Shout outs to the KUJIRA community, the KUJIRA team. We really do appreciate your guys' support. Now, with that being said, you know what? Actually, before we jump on into the traditional markets, because I'll probably forget this. If you guys don't know, you guys can find native USDC on KUJIRA. Did you guys know that? Hmm? Hmm? Did you guys know that? I bet you guys didn't know that. Now you guys do though. Let's check this out. Check this out. You can go on let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Their money markets. Let me check this out. Their liquidity hub. Check this out. Kuji USDC. One of the few places currently right now that you could actually get yourselves some native USDC, not some Axlar. You know, I'm not dogging Axlar or anything like that, but like some native USDC, some stable coinage. So that's really, really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of shout that out before I forget. I forget everything. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and jump on in to the traditional markets. Before we go any further, let's talk about what's happening on the indexes. And then let's go ahead and jump on into the Cosmos ecosystem, because we are a Cosmos ecosystem focused channel here. We love blockchain, we love crypto, but we are hyper focused on interoperability, and we are hyper focused on what's happening within the Cosmos ecosystem. So let's go ahead and jump on in to the charts today. Let's go ahead and start off with the daily time frame for the Dow Jones, and let's share with you guys what we're seeing here. Again, guys, this is the daily time frame. We're using Market Cipher or parts of Market Cipher, which is my favorite oscillator indicator tool of choice. But as you guys can see here, we do have Market Cipher on the bottom here, Market Cipher B. Traditional charting, though, showing you guys here on the daily time frame that the trend is still intact of making these higher lows, right? We're still intact, even though the stair-stepping movements on the way up are gradually becoming weaker and weaker and not as dramatic, which is a good thing, honestly, for sustainable reasons, for sustainability reasons, I should say. It is a good thing, right? So can just kind of want to point that out to you guys. The trend is still intact until it's not. It is being tested right now. You can see that trend line that we have of averages here. Whoop. That was not a bad line. That wasn't a straight line, but that wasn't a bad line there, Tank. As you guys can see here, this trend line that we do have projected out here currently being tested. And until that trend line breaks, like, we got to be observant, we got to be patient and see what happens. But as you guys can see here, when we zoom in, we are still above it. We are testing it. And that's not a bad thing, right? As we ebb and flow, as we have our ups and downs, we do need to have selling happen to have more buyers come in and buy that selling. We can't just keep on going up and to the right indefinitely. If we do, that wouldn't be smart for anybody coming in. Like, who wants to always buy the top, right? You got to have some kind of discount. So that's kind of just my example of why it's good to have downward sell pressure sometimes. Like, you got to have your ebbs and flows. If we take a look at market sector B, though, we do show a downtrend with the RSIs, both of them clearly pointing downwards right now. We do show a sell signal, which is this red dot with market sector. Market sector is really a polished tool. If you don't want to get into like momentum waves, RSIs, patterns, and like really be a fundamentalist, and along with the technical analysis to kind of like blend it all together and get a good understanding, they really simplify it for you guys to just like put up red dots, green dots, red being bad, green being good, right? Don't be just a dot trader. Like, everybody hates that, right? But still, it's really easy to see that we have RSIs rounding downwards or pointing downwards right now. We have a sell signal by this dot happening. We have this chartreuse color, which our friend Bren let me know is chartreuse, because I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, I'm colorblind, so chartreuse. Anyway, we have this downwards slope of momentum with money, and then you can see this. We're still in the positive money flow, but we are sliding off a bit. So it does look like we could create an anchor wave coming back down and retesting this long-term trend line of support that we have here, going back all the way from March-ish. We have 1, 2 touches. We did go through, but it's about averages, right? So we have 1, 2, and 1 going through. This could absolutely still hold up. So we're just watching to see if that actually happens long term. Again, right now, it's just, if you haven't been taking profits, if you haven't been doing your thing, consider doing so. You're still, if any time in the past, that you took a position in the Dow Jones, you're still in that potential profit taking scenario. So again, while they're there, please consider doing so. Not financial advice, but you're not a winner until you lock in that win. So don't just don't just sit there and watch it go sometimes. Is my humble opinion, not financial advice. Let's move on from the Dow Jones. Let's go to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on one second. So 848, 45 Dow. And then we're going to get into the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, guys, somebody was telling me they want timestamps. And I was like, you know how hard it is sometimes to keep up with things. But the NASDAQ right now, up 0.21%. I know, guys, I got a lot of lines here. But if you just look at this, I take off all this noise, right? And you just look at this. Stair-stepping movements still in play here. Same thing, basically same message as the Dow Jones. We have this trend line of support. You see this upwards rising trend line of support here that we wicked low to many times in the past. Basically, ever since January, we have this trend line has held up so far. It is being tested right now. If we break structure, like again, we have several places of interest that could hold up as support going forward. But you got to be mindful of. You got to be ready for it. You got to be patient for it. And you got to be taking profits, or else you're just going to be freaking out, right? So again, same message. If in the past you're still in a profitable position, in a position to take profits or realize those profits, if you've taken any position for the NASDAQ since back, basically, not even before that, look at all of this, guys. We absolutely killed it. I'm not even going to go into the 200 SMA strategy combined with my 4x4 DCA strategy, because I do that all the time. I'm just telling you, we absolutely murdered it with the NASDAQ. Several times. And now we're just looking for a position to enter back into, and we're being patient. So I love it. I absolutely love it. Yay. I can't be any more happier with the NASDAQ. Even with the price action right now, we have RSI on the daily time frame, market FRB coming downwards. We're seeing the sloping momentum wave coming down as well. We're still deep in the positive money flow. We've been deep in the positive money flow for a long, long time. But it's not to say that we can't create an anchor wave of sorts, like I was just saying for the Dow Jones, same thing for the NASDAQ, and come down and retest that anchor, that long-term trend line of support on the anchor waves, right? You can see this here many times holding up in the past. We've cut through it once before, but it's all about averages. We can come down here with sell pressure, still be in positive money flow with sell pressure, though, test it and still be in an upwards long-term trend to the upside over a long period of time. So just something to think about, right? Just something to think about here. Um, let's go into the Russell. The Russell is going to show us. Let me go here. Update stuff. Uh, Russell. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my times. My times. The Russell Dow. Okay. There we go. So the Russell right now, let's actually start off with market cipher B. Same thing. RSI is coming downwards, creating a sell anchor wave here, looking for this trend line of support. Could absolutely come down to here. We're flashing in and out. You can see this quite easily with this bar representation on market cipher B with money momentum wave. Excuse me, money flow, not the momentum wave. Jeez Louise. And we're in the green just barely right now, but we've been going in and out of negative money flow to positive money flow, and I'm thinking we're probably going to dip back into negative money flow, being shown here. Market cipher B. You can see that right now the old trend line of resistance for the Russell is currently holding up for price action as support, but it is being tested right now. So we got to watch to see if this holds up as support. If it doesn't, guys, we're going to fall below on the daily time frame, the SMAs that are critical, obviously the 50 and the 200, and then we're going to come back down to retest to see if this old trend line of support and these trend lines of interest here also converge together and really hold up. I'm thinking they do. Like, look how old previous resistance here kind of meets up with average price action support and or resistance and a long-term support line for the Russell price action, right? Like it could have probably all converged to here is more than likely probably what I think is going to happen. Probably the falter down here, boom, catch some support and then kind of hopefully use that, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully use that as support going forward, right? That's what I'm thinking. Who knows though? Always take profits and then who really cares? But yeah, that's what I'm watching out for. These headphones are just horrible. I got to get better ones. SPX, guys, let's move on to the SPX. Okay, that is 13. I'm trying, guys. I know I'll get better at this. 1330 SPX. Basically same thing. Let's start with market cipher B. RSI is clearly rounding downward. Sell pressure coming in. We have excuse me, I just like gulped a whole bunch of protein and so like I'm burping left and right. We have a sell signal here being shown on market cipher B. Positive money flow, deep positive money flow, obviously, right? But the chartreuse positive money flow obviously coming down a bit. I think it's only a matter of time until we dip back into the negative money flow here on the bar and we start seeing some red pop in on the money flow waves here. That red is going to look kind of like this here. I know it's kind of hard because we've been deep in money, positive money flow in a long time. But I think that we're going to be coming down here, popping into the red, probably creating an anchor wave down here, retesting this long-term trend line of support that we have that's held up so far. But again, guys, I'm a long-termer, so I've already taken profits. To me, this is like par for the course. I just absolutely love all of this. Until like all those critical levels cut and break below, I don't really care. I'm even preparing myself, especially for the SPX, guys, for a cup and handle pattern. This isn't actually playing out all too much like we projected out and was watching out for. And then again, sometimes it doesn't actually necessarily repeat itself, but it does come close to rhyming, right? It could absolutely do the same thing that this huge cup did, and it could do the same thing where it comes down here, makes this janky move, and has all this other stuff, but like it's still creating a handle of sorts over a long period of time. If it doesn't, we're just watching out for it. We're not calling or predicting anything. We're just watching out, projecting out, and seeing possibilities. But it could absolutely still hold up, right? So a lot of people are expecting, a lot of people still expecting some downwards momentum to happen for some of these indexes. I'm kind of 50-50. I know that sucks to say that because I can see this going either way. I can see the recession coming in over a long period of time. If we're not already, in my humble opinion, I think we are in one. But like tomorrow, was it tomorrow? Tomorrow, the 20th. The 20th is the Fed meeting. We'll get to that in a second. I think we just get held here with high interest rates for a long time. I think people's savings accounts start getting depleted. I don't think people are actually making a lot of big moves into the stock markets per se. I do see the stock markets getting to be more risk on, especially when it comes to tech stocks. You've been seeing this, obviously. You've been seeing it's been happening for a long time. But I think that's like, it's not necessarily retail. It's not necessarily the average household member, throwing in what they have set aside to do. So I think a lot of people right now are still very nervous and uncertain, which is, you know, understandable. But I do think there is a possibility 50-50, right? Like there has a lot to do with things like you got to understand that the economy is not just a US centralized kind of thing. It's a global conversation, right? And so you got to kind of think of things as like we could, yeah, the dollar needs to go through its thing, the dollar inflation, the country, the US needs to go through its thing and stuff like that. And that's all fine and dandy. But we're not just like America has this bad thing of thinking that we are the center of the world. And in some cases, I guess we are, but like we're not, right? Like at the same time, we're absolutely not. We're not the end all be all everything. Um, you got to look at other things that are happening out there in the world. Like right now, I think is it? I know Japan is also to soon. They're going to be announcing their economic plans or their monetary policy plans and stuff like that. And I think it was Canada. Brits or Canada. I don't know. One of the two. Um, but if their currency, their fiat, is losing value, guess where? Well, guess what? Fiat's going to be gaining value, even if we're dealing with stuff. It's the U.S. dollar. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I think the U.S. dollar is a joke, to be honest with you. So don't get me wrong here. But I was saying it for a long time that I thought while I was preaching stuff. Let me go back. Oops! I just stopped. Let me share my screen again. DXY. Let me get into like a little bit of the DXY here, okay? The DXY, I was saying, I think for a long period of time, it's obviously just going to lose value. I think it's obviously like I'm sticking with that for the next 20 years. It's whatever, right? Um, but I do think short term there is a narrative, and I was saying this. I do, and I started seeing about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, there was a possibility of the DXY gaining strength again and carrying on with this long term trend in this channel that we've been in. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is the DXY, the Dollar Strength Index. Like, look at this channel that we've been in for a long time, the longest time ever in an uptrend. Now, typically we see things repeat themselves, like right, like we have this 5 year, or we have this downtrend, multi-year downtrend, 5 year uptrend, multi-year downtrend, 5 year uptrends. Usually, guys, I'm not joking. Look at the charts. It's not my opinion. It's the charts of the charts opinion. We have 5 year uptrends and then multi-year downtrends, about 6 to 9, give or take, years of a downwards price momentum. Right, since 2008, we've been in this long-term uptrend, longest ever. And so, if all we can go by is trends and history repeating itself and things going in cycles and circles, right? Which they don't necessarily have to, but that's typically what they do. At some point or another, we're going to have a multi-year downtrend with the DXY, with the dollar strength, um, because we never know when that is or where that is. I don't want to try to preach to like time it because nobody can time it, right? But I think at some point, probably sooner rather than later, we will start seeing a downtrend of sorts for the dollar, right? Like we're seeing some things fundamentally happening out there. The BRICS allowing or accepting, more applicants into their organization. We're seeing like what we're having to deal with here in the United States with the dollar and inflation and whatnot. I do think at some point we do need to devalue the dollar or lessen the value of the dollar in order for us to eventually get back into an uptrend that's going to be uh, not sustainable, but that's going to prolong the inevitable, right? And that is the collapse at some point. If you guys don't know, so far in history, all forms of monetary policy or currency has collapsed thus far. Um, I think the oldest ones is the sterling and the dollar now. And like that's not telling you much, right? But everything else at some point or another like has collapsed and it's gone through like a change, a new world order change of sorts, or like a different derivative or some kind of standard of some sort. So what I'm all trying to get at with that rant is I think that the inevitable process of the dollar devaluating is going to happen no matter what. But I do think with what's happening out there structurally, fundamentally for the world, a lot of things might run back to the dollar. Like we were saying, a lot of people are trying to get away from the dollar, right? Trying to settle away from the dollar. And we're seeing that. And it's going to have its effect. Like right, you're seeing India, Russia, China, all of these places trying to get away from the dollar. A lot of Central America, Central America or South America nation states and countries all trying to get away from dealing with the dollar because the dollar is bullshit. Let's just be real. The dollar's bullshit. But it does have a foothold. And if everything else is just now dealing with their inflation, dealing with their monetary policies, guess where that's going to go back to? The power is going to go back to the dollar. And so that's kind of what I was getting at before when I was hinting that I did see a situation where the dollar could stay in this uptrend for a little bit longer. I don't know if it's going to go to all-time highs and resistant levels in the past, but it could stay in it. So that's something to think about, right? That is definitely something to think about. With that being said, let's get off the DXY. Let's go into a couple of stocks, some precious metals and commodities and stuff like that. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. Let me take a sip of this coffee. Stocks. It's going to be at 22.20. Let's go here. Let's see it. Gold. Gold right now. We're on the. Let's go back to the daily. We're on the daily time frame. We're looking at gold. Like gold, guys, from all-time high. Still, it's just. I've heard so many people, my high net worth individuals that I go to meetings with. Almost, I used to go quite more, but like almost now once a week, consecutively for like forever. It feels like, are all like eyeballing gold and buying gold and precious metals and stuff like that. I can't like I understand that they think, and what I was trying to get at is that they think that it's going to go to like a $3,000 evaluation, maybe close to that, right? Maybe not exactly, but excuse me. A lot of people that I've talked to are thinking that it's going to go to that. Guys, we're not but 5.9, almost 6%, basically, from all-time highs. I don't know about you. And I'm not giving you guys financial advice. I don't know. Maybe it does go to $2,500 to $3,000, whatever it is. I just by principle cannot be buying all-time highs. I cannot be somebody else's exit liquidity, no matter how much I want something, right? No matter how much I think, oh, that makes sense. I cannot just by principle be somebody else's exit liquidity. I'm not comfortable with that. Knowing that we are just 5-6% away from all-time highs, basically like 7, whatever it is, right? Getting into the weeds. Like I just can't. I think there's better opportunities. I think there's better use cases for precious metals. I get it. It's gold. DCA into gold long term. Diversify. Have some Bitcoin. Have some gold. Have some other things. Right. Real estate. Have diversification in your portfolio for sure. But I just can't. I mean, I've been buying gold for a long time, both paper traded gold and like physical gold, but not at this level. I just can't. Like I want to buy into the bloodshed. I don't care. I want to buy in bloodshed. I don't care how much bloodshed it is. I just cannot buy into the pump. Maybe some will argue with me, and I know other people are like, but Tank, look at this. Like, look at the patterns and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. You have these uptrends, downtrends, uptrends, downtrends. And like you could say, I get it, what they've been telling me. You could say that it's stair-stepping movements, ever so slowly, however you want to rhyme or reason it. Sure, I get it. But like, I don't know. I think there's just better opportunities. With that being said, though, let's not be biased. That's just my opinion, right? RSI's pinched together, coming out of negative money flow. It looks like we're rounding, coming back into that positive money flow, that negative money flow being represented down here. Daily time for the gold chart. RSI is pinched together, which is strong, both convicted and coming back up. Going to probably retest that 60 line. And it does look good. It looks good. I'm not going to lie. It looks good, right? It does look good. But I just can't, man. I just can't. Platinum up 0.46% here. RSI is doing the same thing. Not as convincing as gold, but the momentum wave is coming up as well. We are seeing a little bit of stabilization here with previous. Look at this. This is really easy to draw. Let me go to the highlighter, actually. Look at this. On average. Look at that. On average, previous support, average of resistance, support, average of support, right? They did wick through, but things, I'm not trying to be exact. So it's pretty interesting to watch platinum. I'm not really stacking platinum as much as I'm stacking some other um, precious metals, but it's up 0.41%. So that's that. Um, there is like if you're looking at platinum here as well, it does have a long history. Like right, you can go back here. Uh, it's been going from on trading view on this chart 1997, so not as long as gold and all this other stuff, but it has a decent amount of trading history and life on the charts here. And as you guys can see here with platinum, this is kind of what I was talking about. All right, you look at other precious metals and gold and silver and copper and nickel and all this stuff. Look at platinum from all-time highs on average. Like that's still 102% high. Like so you can retain or maybe take a position conservatively, right? Not telling you guys what to do, but there's better opportunities if you're looking for price action to go up in a percent manner, right? Like over 100% here, and it's done it. It's done it. Like even recently, you can say even recently, uh, you can say, oh, it could just go up to here. That's still 30%. Like what with gold, you're gonna get 7%. You know, I the money in platinum, silver, gold individually. Do you know like it's the same effect that we always talk about with the market caps of these things, right? The money that's going to be needed to flood into gold to rise that to the 2,500 price point to get that percent gain on the charts. Can you imagine what that's got to be like? I don't know what it is like, and I'm not going to do it, but like let's just like to get to that. Can you imagine that's 24.85 to get 27%? Do you know what kind of money has to come into gold to do that versus platinum? Platinum could do that. It could do that and then some. It could dwarf 20 something percent, right? It's done it in the past before. Let's go into silver, which is personally my favorite. Um, and I look, I'm not telling you guys nothing but silver right now. This is really like a hopium cup and handle pattern possibly playing out right now. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just something that we project out and we kind of like watch. We're interested. I'm not telling you guys this is it, so don't like get all your in a bunch. But let's go into that, right? Silver right now up 0.21%. To go back to all-time highs, which is done twice in the past, right? Silver could go back up to here just on average 79%. I think silver is it has more use cases than gold. It's the most conductive. It is harder to come by, um, and to refine and to mine. You usually get silver by mining other precious metals and indirectly get silver, but ooh, excuse me. That's my 2 cents, right? Let's go on. Let's go quickly into the rest of these precious metals. Silver does look like the RSIs are rounding back down, though. We're in the positive money flow. It looks like it's fighting for a position here, so it could actually break trend and come back down a little bit more, but it is up right now, 0.25%. Um, PAAS, which is not directly precious metals, but it's the Pan American Silver Corporation. I think this is very interesting stock. I've been personally DCAing into this, a little transparency. It's down 0.54%. It's trading at 1662. Again, just something to think about. Like, look at it's gone 1, 2, 3 times to that high before. If it goes back, it can go up 142%. That's massively better investment risk management for me, at least, than just buying gold or something else like that. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying just stuff to think about, right? And I have a super big DCA, like these zones right here. So again, something to think about. Like I'm not pushing it all on the table right now. Tank's not telling you to do that all on the table. It's like the average buy-in for me recently, I think it was like $14. I'm looking at 1044, 610, 246. If that happens, I'm a long termer. In my investment. So WRN or Western Copper and Gold Corporation, same thing. I'm looking at 102, 55, 32, 20 cents, far away from that. I don't think that I am necessarily a buyer per se right now with fundamentally what's happening with this stock. Just something that I've been watching. Copper and gold, indirectly gotta get it. Oh, one of the things I like about PAAS, by the way, is it's also like my play on getting into like chips and semiconductors and stuff like that. So like do a little bit more research on that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Oil, crude oil right now, amazing. It's up 0.77%. It's trading at 91.86. It is just, look at this 1 hour chart, guys. Let me reset this for you. Look at this one. This is insane. This is an insane amount let's just say not even from the bottom there. That's a 17% in 25 days. 17.31%. And like if you took a position, I did not, but if you took a position there, that's amazing. Amazing. And like you can even go back from here. Look. This is still a 1 hour time frame, right? From there to there in 82 days, it's up 36%, almost 37%. Amazing. Freaking amazing. I cannot believe like is demand that high for oil? Like I know there's like this is another thing too. You got to think about fundamentals, right? Like I know there's like a lot of fundamental things happening with producers of oil now settling outside of the dollar, but man, wow. Let's go into crypto, guys, because I know everybody's here for crypto. It's already been 31 minutes. Apologies, my friends. Apologies. We'll get into some crypto right now. We'll kind of fly through it, get into the Cosmos ecosystem. Crypto actually having a pretty good rally overall. The total market cap is up 2.33. Again, we're looking at total, which is the entirety of the crypto market. It's up 2.33. So that's a good thing. Total 2 is up 1.97. That is everything excluding BTC. And then total 3 is up 1.86, which is everything excluding BTC and ETH. If we go into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up to 27,247. It's up 2.70%. Amazing. We were hollering at everybody before. Look at these lines right here on the charts. If you guys don't believe me, go back and watch previous videos. We've kept these things on the charts for over a year now, points of interest. Probably even more than that. But 25, 282. Guys, look how we just basically came down exactly to that. And it's giving you multiple opportunities to be taking profits. Guys, we need to still get over 28,000, which is this next level that I'm showing you guys here. It's going to be a key critical level of resistance. It held up as resistance in the past on the 1 hour. If you guys go back here on the daily time frame too, you can see. Let me reset things for you guys. Let me reset it for you guys. In the past, on the thought I had my highlighter. In the past, on the daily, you can see that it has held up as resistance until it didn't, right? Until it started treating us as support. But it's more resistance than anything else. So that's going to be a critical level. If you're in a position and you're in profits right now, consider it. Consider it. But yeah, so like, let's take a look at market cipher B here. RSI is not completely, confident. Like they do look like they're making effort here. I would be curious to see volume. I'm not going to bring it up. I would be curious to see volume though. We are seeing a little bit of curvature, but the curvature is rounding back down as well. We do have ebbs and flows as that's happening. It could do something like that. But we are still deep in a negative money flow when it comes to price action for Bitcoin and market cipher B. Guys, still, again, if you guys bought the lows from the past here, from the November to where we are right now, you're still up 69, almost 70% on Bitcoin's price action. Like you're a dummy if you don't take profits. Like you're being given another chance. Consider it. That's all I gotta say is consider it, man. Consider it. Let's go into some of the other big movers, and then we'll get into Cosmos. DOT is up 3%, a little over 3%. If you want to call that big movers, it is in this huge downturn, though. Again, we're on the daily time from here. It's on this huge downturn here, though, right? And it needs to get over previous resistance, past resistance, current resistance, I should say, before anybody gets any bullish, right? But we were calling out. It's really funny how we were calling out 423 for a long time, 361, 275, and even below that, right? You guys know I like to do my DCAs into fours, calling out those points of interest for a long, long time. Guys, take a look at the dot chart here, RSIs on market cipher B, although not being very convincing. Again, still rounding downwards, still money flow coming down, not looking very convincing. Let's go into Ethereum. Ethereum is up 2.16%. It does look like it's fighting with the RSIs, although, again, would like to see volume. It doesn't look very convincing. It does look like it's trying to curve back up here, but it does look like it's having its ebbs and flows. We're still in a negative money flow here, being represented with this red momentum wave. You can see it down here on the bar as well. Ethereum, really, really boring for a lot of people, staying within 6,000, basically 1,400 to 16,000. I said 6,000. I wish Ethereum was 6,000. But 14 to 1,600 on the charts. Look, we called out, if this line didn't hold up, we called out 1,600 with this dotted line for a long, long time. Again, it's holding up until it doesn't. It's still holding up, though, currently. If you've been playing the charts, if you've been really, really active and not passive in this game, consider taking profits, because again, you don't want to hold it and then not be in profits and feel like a complete idiot. If everything breaks down for Ethereum, 1,850, and yes, I have them all the way down to 512. I'm a very patient person. I'll just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Let's get into Adam, because Adam smoking it, guys. Adam's smoking it right now. Shout outs to the Cosmos Hub. Shout outs to everybody who's a cosmonaut. Shout outs to this guy that's sitting back here. Adam, on today's price action, one of the biggest movers in the crypto landscape. It's up 6.84, 6.9 on some other charts. This is the Coinbase chart daily time frame right now. Guys, the price action is back up to $7.42. Let me bring it up so you guys can see it here. Here we go. This is the Coinbase chart right now. You can see that it's up tremendously over the past couple of days. Let me go here from the low to where we are currently. It's up 13.87% in 8 days. It went all the way up to, give or take, let me make sure this is spot on. You can see we wicked high here. In 7 days, 19%, just over 19% on the Coinbase chart. Amazing. That is amazing. And let me just kind of 90 boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. We called out 750 and 615 for a long time. If you guys don't believe me, go ahead and take a look at the previous videos. We called out these dotted lines on the charts here for a long, long time. This is why you DCA into fours using a 4x4 DCA dynamic strategy. Again, guys, we didn't hit it exactly, but if you're DCAing, reinforcing your position with more positions all the way down, like we tell you guys to, not giving you guys financial advice, just showing you guys what I do, you'd be in a tremendous profitable position right now, right? So you're welcome, like Moana, you're welcome. And all my haters, kick rocks, suck dirt, you don't know what you're talking about. But the proof is in the pudding. I will say right now, we will, and it has currently held up as resistance. We will run into resistance at 750 yet again. You can see that we've wicked up to it exactly, and now it's treating us as resistance. Expect more resistance. We need to get over these SMAs, 750, and then we need to kind of go sideways here and break above current resistance, which is this long term on the daily time frame. Current resistance, you can see that it's been holding up for us before we can get bullish. So if you've been taking a position, you're in profits, consider realizing those profits, because we still have some journeys and some roads to explore before we can start getting ultra bullish, right? Speaking of Adam, I do want to show you guys some things that are happening for governance. Right now, proposal 823 is up. This is a singling proposal, so it's just a singling proposal. It's doing not too bad, though. It is basically for the extension for the Atom Accelerator DAO, which, again, I want to give you guys full disclosure. Crypto Tank, IBC Gang just recently put in a grant request, I should say a sponsorship request, even though they're a grant organization, to be funded from the Atom Accelerator DAO to cover crypto related content in regards to Atom, the Cosmos Hub, its governance, and the Cosmos ecosystem, which is what we're doing right now, right? We do go over traditional finance, we do go over some commodities and stuff like that, but we do that because it's all correlated and to better serve the cosmonauts, the IBC gang, and everybody within the Cosmos ecosystem. I feel like we have to cover those things before we get into our ecosystem, because it all has, I hate saying this, but a trickle-down effect and affects us in a large way. And if we got to cover it so that we can be well-versed and well covered as far as doing our homework and due diligence, so be it. I'm going to do it, right? So again, guys, that's kind of why we go through all of those stuff before we get into Cosmos ecosystem. I'm trying to do you guys a subtle favor without you guys realizing it, and get you guys to realize the fundamentals that affect all markets, especially our Cosmos ecosystem. Excuse me. But yeah, the Atom Accelerator DAO is putting up a singling proposal, looking for 6 more months to steward and take care of what we, the community, have given them as far as liquidity to hopefully bring back value to the Cosmos Hub and to the Atom stakers. And so that's what's happening here. As you guys can see here, quorum has not been met yet. 99.98% of votes, though, have voted yes, with very little no or no with vetoes. Again, this is just a single proposal. I will go into, if you guys don't mind, and let me see if I can see if anybody has. No, I don't think anybody has given any details as of yet as to why, or if we can see if validators voted one way or another. Let me see here. Um, no, I don't. I think this. Yeah, I don't see it just yet. I don't see any validators giving back feedback or anything like that. So yeah, but I'm just putting it out there right now. Yeah, it has the signal proposal will end on the 27th, so it's got a while. It's got over a week left. It was just submitted on the 13th. So yeah. Definitely check that out. Get versed in that, guys. Um, let's get off of the Cosmos Hub and go Cosmos. Go 743. Let's go 743 with price action right now. It's trending, trying to get above 7% right now. That's good. Good, Adam. Go higher, Adam. Keep on going. You can do it. You can do it. Um, Let's go into some other Cosmos ecosystem related protocols that a lot of people know and want me to cover. Secret is up almost 3% right now. It's trading at 25 cents. For the sake of the video and for the sake of the length, I'm going to try to keep it shorter and not kind of cover everything else, but I'm just going to give you guys price action. Juno is up 2%. It's trading at 21 cents right now. It's getting some resistance as to be expected right here near 24 cents, which was support for it in the past shortly for a short term of time. But it is obviously getting some resistance here. I think a lot of people did some really good research, and that's why I didn't do it. I said I wanted to look into it, but some people did some really great research to see what was happening with the price action for Gino. But definitely check them out. Maybe later on when I have more time, I'll actually link that. But price action getting some resistance right around 23, 24 cents, which it should, because usually previous resistance and or support gets tested as resistance and or support before eventually either breaking or getting rejected from that point. Evmos also had a really good time recently. It's down 0.68% on the day. In the past, same thing. I didn't really chart this, but it's been a hard chart for Evmos, right? Some fundamental things are actually happening for the Evmos network, Evmos community, which is cool. I don't think they're speaking or getting enough of the message out there. But there is some fundamental things actually happening for the Evmos chain, some changes that Federico and the rest of the team have been trying to make in order to, you know, do Evmos holders justice, the Evmos chain justice, and get more of their tentacles and arms, and I guess ours fingers into other ecosystems and other ecosystems into ours, as far as you know, bridging that, not bridging. I hate saying bridging, bringing that liquidity. The people that say bridging in the Cosmos ecosystem should be like spanked. Uh, Keep gang. Sorry for the late response. Gang, baby. What's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Um, Osmosis, some interesting things happening for Osmosis. It's up almost 3%. It's trading at 33, just under 34 cents currently. Um, oh, it's been hard. It's been hard. I've been Sunny been putting out a lot of tweets about like uh unincentivizing certain pools and centralized, what do they call it? Centralized liquidity. And like there's been talks about should the hub should the hub here, I'm gonna say this because some people are tagging me this. Some people are like, should the hub acquire Osmosis? One, I don't think Sunny's ever gonna do it. But that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, for it would be good for the Atom token. Like so it's a give take, right? It's a double-edged sword. It would be good, I think, for the Atom token to invest in to make investment potential investment positions in dApps that are built within the Cosmos ecosystem, but I don't want it to be an investment hub. But it would be smart to some way somehow tap into the success and the activity of different hubs within our ecosystem. Now, again, this is much different than everybody's used to the Atom Accelerator. Not sorry, the Atom Economic Zone and all this other stuff. So don't come at me. I have a different mindset. I'm a minimalist, really, when it comes to the hub. But I do believe that just because things were began in certain lights and have been portrayed in certain lights, that they can't, or that need necessarily to remain in that light, right? I think that's a lot of the problem with a lot of people's mindsets now. Like they think that just because things were, that it needs to stay that way, and it's like not in business. I can tell you right now, uh, from my personal experience, it's all about being fluid, being able to adapt to your environment, and the environment's ever changing. Technology is ever changing, right? And so I get it, but I guess I'm kind of more of like a, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm more free. I used to be anchored down into this whole minimalistic security, but I am concerned about Atom token and bringing value back to the Atom staker over a long period of time, right? We got to find a way to market the Cosmos. Um, because what good is it? Why would anybody invest into it if like we're not either utilizing the Atom token the way it needs to be utilized, or we're not retaining some kind of value for what's being built because of the hub and stuff like that. So, with that being said, I just want to say like a lot of people have tagged me in the conversations of like should Atom acquire Osmosis and some other hubs, because you got to think about it, right? Like Atom is the liquidity and the security hub, in my humble opinion. Then you have Osmosis, which is the transactional hub within the Cosmos ecosystem. Like a lot of transactions currently or thus far have happened for on Osmosis platform. It's the most readily used, right? And then you have the NFT platform, which is, let's just face it, it is Stargaze. Shout out to Stargaze. They're our main sponsor for NFT Nashville. Like, should the hub be a fat hub? I don't necessarily doesn't need to be a fat hub. It doesn't need to gorge itself on things, but it should be a benefited hub, and vice versa for these other hubs, right? If Atom acquired Osmosis, it wouldn't be good for the Osmosis token holders for Osmosis at all, because you'd have to just get rid of Osmosis token incentives, Osmosis, and find a different reason for the Osmosis token in general. I know, but I want to think about it. I've been going down a rabbit hole, and like. I also don't think that Atom. I don't know if Atom should be. I don't know. I have to think about this. It's a really good conversation though. But anyway, that's what I got. Oh, wait, no. That's not what I got for today. Let me go real quickly, and I'll have people look at hour. Look, get over it, guys. Let's go over some stuff that's happening on Osmosis. Oh, nope. Where's Osmosis info? Let's see if there's any crazy things happening there. Let me refresh this. Just make sure I got the most updated one. Stargaze up 1.39%. Akash up 1.82. Stride up 3% here. Let me see here. Kuji up 7.13%. Go Kuji. Let's go. Let's break that 70-cent range. What is this? This asset is not verified. Netta, what are you doing, guys? I don't want to go there. Netta, what have you been doing? Crow, we talked about Dot earlier. But we can definitely talk about Crow. A little bit, real quickly, right? Crow right here, not doing the best, but not doing the worst either. Like it's definitely not been doing the worst, but it's fell from grace so far that it's kind of like subjective to say that. But like, look, we have this long term. Oops, you guys can't see my chart. Excuse me. What's up, Millie Matt? We have this long-term trend line daily time frame of resistance, which just recently got over, and now it's kind of going sideways here. Retesting right now, you can see this previous support in the past getting treated so far as resistance. That's kind of how it goes, right? Par for the course. Again, it's a big level. Look back here and look right here. This is a big level that we're at. It's a really important level for Crow to get over. It needs to get over this. Excuse me. Crow, excuse me. One of the Crow, it's like an ASMR. Crow, one of the only places along with Coinbase for US based people to interact with. But like, I don't know. I just want to say, like, I'm not telling you guys anything. This is not, don't take this the wrong way. If you look at this, right, it could definitely go much further down. But if crypto.com gets its stuff together, right, it has still a lot of partnerships. UFC, like sports and all this stuff, still has a lot of partnerships. If crypto.com does its business plan better, just to say better, like it doesn't, let's not even say all-time highs. Let's just say from previous, right? 212% in the next bull run. God bless, if it ever got up to here, that'd be 1,600%. Let's just say if it gets back up to here, that's still 63%. Like, yeah, TVL is key though. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of nuances to this. But But I'm just not very interested in the Crow token right now. Like when you're buying the token for crypto, it's not like you're buying stocks with regular stocks, right? Like you gotta buy the token for certain reasons. And right now, like I just don't see the reason to buy my like when they had their card program, which they've done away with. I got it. I understood that. Like you bought your card, you got your card. It was up to how many tokens you had, all this other stuff. You had different levels. It was like a reward program, all this stuff. So you don't have that no more. So like, why would I buy the token? Same thing for osmosis, kind of thing too. Like, well, it's like, why would I buy the tokens? Is what I want to know for a lot of these things. We already talked about dot. Uh, ARB. I don't think I have. Do I have it on here? I'll save that for another day because I don't think I have it on here. But yeah, so there's just stuff to think about, man. Let's go back into osmosis real quick, and then let's wrap this up just a little bit. Talk to you guys about NFT Nashville. So yeah, Quicksilver. You want to call that up? Injective up 3.61%. You guys use Injective? Do you guys use Injective? Let's see here. Somlayer up 4.79%. Pretty cool. P-Tech was talking to Nolis earlier today on a space. So shout out to them. I was listening to you guys. Both you guys, Nolis and P-Tech. I know P-Tech has been one of the longest LSD providers in the Cosmos ecosystem. So it's nice to see them taking a more active stance. Sentinel, DVPN up 7.39. I don't cover that as much as I need to. I don't think I need to be honest with you though. We're getting to some lower market cap or liquidity coins here. Jackal down 4.54. I really like Jackal though. Shout out to the Jackal team. Jackal's another sponsor for the NFT Nashville event. I really like Jackal though. I like Jackal, guys. Stride some. Let me go into this a little bit more. Chihuahua 1%. We don't talk about Chihuahua as much as we used to. Shout outs to the dog community. Woof woof. Asset Mantle. What? 12%. What? Get out of here, Asset. What are you talking about? Arbitrum, like our friend was talking about, Arbitrum is up. Let me see here. It's got such on osmosis, especially such a small amount of liquidity. So be careful about this, guys. The trading volume is only about just under 4,000, just above 3,500. So be like this. This is another thing too. Look, Sonny, everybody else, we can't be streaming and can't be having people use this platform if it takes this long to pull charts, man. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Oh, come on now. You're making me look bad. Oh, there we go. Now it's fast. Had to refresh. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just got cooties. I take it back. But maybe you guys got cooties. Make it faster. It needs. You know what it needs to look like? I'll tell you what it needs to look like. Look. This is Trading View. This is what you guys' goal is. See this? You see this? See how fast that is? You see how fast that pulls up there? That's what it gotta look like, man. That's it. You making me look bad, Cletus. You making me look bad, Cletus. This is. Let's go to the expert chart. 15-minute right here. Ooh, man. 15-minute Arbitrum. Look at this, though. Look at this from the average lows. Let's just say from the average lows here. 15-minute chart here. The past 4 days. You'd be up almost 6%. Some people playing around with their food here. I don't know what to say about that. Be careful, though. Be careful. Yeah, you got to move it off the change. Don't trust that liquidity. Yeah, no. No. Whenever it's that low, no. For sure. Definitely agree with you guys on that one. Hey guys, real quickly, before we jump off the stream today, I do want to remind you guys, we have NFT Nashville that is coming up real fast. It's coming up really, really fast, guys. If you guys don't know about NFT Nashville, it is an event that myself, Cosmos Joe, and Little Gains are putting on to highlight what's happening within our ecosystem when it could be in regards to NFTs. We're trying to nurture and promote the innovation of ICS 721, which is interchain NFTs, and what NFTs have done thus far as bringing value not only to the Cosmos ecosystem, but to the crypto landscape. And then what we believe and what we think what will happen with NFTs going forward, and what they will become going forward in our space. I think they have a huge role still left to play within our history for crypto, and what's going to be happening with mainstream adoption in regards to blockchain technology and crypto. I think there's a huge narrative to be had. And I think people, again, I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, NFTs are dead. Like, yeah, PFP NFTs, maybe certain kind of NFTs and what you guys have gotten used to, what the market have made it into might be dead, but NFTs are not going away at all. You guys got to know what NFTs were originally meant for, right? And we're going back to it. I really do believe that. So if you guys have ever wanted to be part of a Cosmos event, Cosmos focused event, again, we're kind of like broad stroking, but we are Cosmos focused event. A lot of us are Cosmos ecosystem validators and personalities. And a lot of our projects that we have that are sponsors here are from the Cosmos. So obviously we're going to start where our strengths are, what we know. This is much more than just the Cosmos. This is going to be much bigger events going forward. It's going to be the biggest, like it's gonna be, and like we're gonna have NFT. There's NFT NYC, all these other things, NFT Nashville, baby. You guys don't want to be missing out on this. I'm telling you guys, it's on November 4th here in Nashville, Tennessee. If you guys have ever wanted to be part of a Cosmos related event, this is your chance to come meet some of your favorite people. We got Stargaze. This is some of our main sponsors: Stargaze, Gelato, Astrovault, Bad Kids, Omnifix, Game of Nodes, Quantum Club, ONFT, Atlas NFT, Cosmos Spaces, Woman from Cosmos, Inner Block, Terra Spaces, Maneki Neko, Rack FM, Crypto Dungeon, NFT Happy Hour, and yes, Jackal. Guys, we got a lot of great speakers, a lot of great participants, a lot of great sponsors. This has been a ground up community-driven event, again, hosted by Little Gains, Cosmos DeFi, and myself. We're trying to just bring you guys sustainable, realistic, and true organic community events that highlight what's been happening within the Cosmos ecosystem. And guys, so we haven't gone to community pools. We did go to AADAO because we thought this would be like a no-brainer for the interchain NFTs or ICS 721 and like bringing new liquidity to Atom, but we got rejected. It's okay. We kind of agreed with that being said. So they didn't fund us, but we did try. But this thus far has been straight up organic, bootstrapped with ourselves, with the community. So we're trying our best to put on the best possible event for you guys. It's not a conference. This is an event for you guys. Consider supporting it. If you guys cannot come, even consider buying a ticket. You can go here and buy a ticket. Again, which our friends Omnifix help us do. You can go here. It says buy tickets, and you can buy tickets using Atom and or USD, regular dollars via Stripe, guys. They're $80 a ticket. With that, you're going to get fabulous merch. You're going to get some goodies. You're going to get to meet your favorite people here. You're going to get to meet your favorite communities within the NFT space. You're going to get to have drinks with us. Obviously, drinks are going to be included with that, and also food as well. So you guys are going to be able to just enjoy yourselves here with the fabulous Nashville or Middle Tennessee. I love this place. I really do. If you guys don't know, our Bitcoin conference 2024. It's going to be here in Nashville, so like you can front run that, get a whiff. We're trying to be a side event for that event in 2024. So how cool would it be to have the Cosmos ecosystem represented alongside a really cool during the same time that BTC conference is going to be happening, which is usually down in Miami. So again, guys, that'd be really cool. Maybe not, direct, but guys, we're trying our best, right? So we're just asking you for your support. Consider it. Consider buying a ticket. We still have some tickets left, guys. They're going. We have actually had. I don't want to make sure. I don't want to dox anybody. Oh yeah, I can't show you guys that. So we've had 21, not including the people that are already going to be there, community members buying tickets. We're looking realistically, we realistically can seat about 80, but we're looking and we're realistic. We know the times are hard and stuff like that. We're trying to get about 30 to 35 more tickets, or 35 more participants. I think that'll be a packed house as far as who's all going to be there. So consider it, guys, because if you guys would like to support, if you guys just want, like, again, also people that hold tickets are going to probably find benefit for things in the future as well. So if you guys maybe you're not even attending, but buy a ticket. Maybe you just want to buy a ticket. Tank, are you utilizing NFTs for ticket entry for Yeah, I can't tell you any much more than that though. I just was trying to allude to that. You might want to buy a ticket just to buy a ticket. Like, maybe you don't go, but you might want to buy a ticket. Of course, this is NFT Nashville, baby. This is NFT Nashville, baby. So I don't know. Like, I don't want to let that. I don't. We have some things that we don't want to spoil, but yeah, yeah. NFT smart contracts functionality is the way forward. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so as well. I believe so as well. But anyway, guys, that's what I've got. It's a little over an hour. I really do appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It really means a lot to me. I've been at this for a long, long time, especially in the Cosmos ecosystem. I could use your guys' support. It is the bear market. It's hard out here. I do things a little differently than other people. I straight rant, and this is a live stream, so I try to interact with people. This is always an open platform, so if you guys ever want to join in on the conversation as well, you guys are more than welcome to just send me DMs. But yeah, uh, be on the lookout, guys. We'll talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna get out of here. Enjoy your day. Take profits. Peace. And by the way, come up with a name for this dude. Creeper dude. This creeper dude. Anyway, later, guys.